a welcome respite from the war. Ukraine's Black Sea city of Odesa has reopened some of its beaches for the first time since Russia's invasion, when the sea was littered with missiles and drones. Alexander, a lifeguard and former diver who gave only his first name, says an anti-mine net is protecting swimmers. Emergency workers will be notified and they'll come to handle it, he says. Yevhen is a student from Mykolaiv, which was heavily shelled, destroying his school.
I want to swim at last and distract myself. I don't want to think about the war and bad things. I don't want to think about it. I've seen a lot so far.
Odesa still comes under frequent Russian missile attack. A strike in the city centre last month severely damaged an Orthodox cathedral. Bathing is banned during air raid alerts, local officials said on Saturday. That didn't put off Svetlana from Chornomorsk. We've been missing this, she says. I've been dreaming of breathing the sea air.
And it strikes me that Labour's sort of response to pretty much all of this is to just not play. All the Labour attack. I mean, Labour doesn't seem to be attacking the government on policy. They're just attacking the government on competence again and again and again. And it seems that whatever areas the government sort of brings up, I mean, is the discipline in Labour, would you say, sort of too good for this to work? Or do you think there really is the potential for there to be these kind of wedge dividing issues for Labour?
I think they may have left it too late. I have to say, I think you're right about the discipline in the party. I think the Labour Party, having been out of power for 13 years, you can't underestimate how hungry those backbench MPs are to get into government. And even those who were loyal to Jeremy Corbyn, the so-called socialist campaign group of left-wing MPs, it has been really remarkable how muted their criticisms have been of Keir Starmer's very nuanced, very moderate approach to opposition. They're just simply not getting a lot of traction anymore. So I don't, and speaking to Labour people this week about, well, how are you going to counter this more highly aggressive Conservative Party trying to split you all the time? Their response is to kind of shrug the shoulders and say, well, we think the public are smart enough to see that this is a deflection exercise from the Conservative Party's own failings. And frankly, our MPs are bought into our message. They understand the logic of what we're trying to do, which is to explain to the public, to level with them, that we can't be radical at this stage because our hands are tied by the economic situation we find ourselves in. And they're all bought into the fact they can see the party's 15, 20 points ahead in the polls is moving towards a majority government, and there is nothing that breeds discipline in a political party than the prospect of power.
Yeah, indeed. Well, look, thank you very much indeed.